What's happening?
What's up, Anthony? Happy Super Bowl weekend.
Same to you.
Like the previous caller, I actually hate the Giants probably more than the Eagles, but the Eagles are also toxic, um, and their fans are just disgusting. Even there's like a few Giants fans that I think are, you know, I mean, there's no comparison. The Giants are, I hate the team more, but the Eagles are just garbage in terms of their fan base. But um, I think I sympathize with the other caller that I don't think I can root for either team tomorrow. The Patriots, I mean, people are just waiting for something different to come along. No, I mean, I don't disrespect Bill Belichick, but you know, at a certain point, you just get kind of bored with it and you want something different.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, because it's like, okay, the Patriots, good. Like, actually, I was rooting for the Patriots when they had Randy, because Randy Moss is from my original hometown, Brand, West Virginia. So when they went to they had an undefeated season. I mean, I was wanting them to go the whole way when the big game, but then of course, he had the Giants to come in there and ruin it. But ever since then, I've not really been a fan of the Patriots because they just win so much. It's like let somebody else come in there. So the Eagles winning would be good because it's somebody else, and then maybe Tom Brady will retire.
Yeah, and I think the issue with the Patriots is, there's all this people who say that they're cheaters, but since Peyton Manning retired, there really is no great competition for them in the AFC. I was hoping they would be upset by Jacksonville, but it just wasn't. It just didn't happen, and they choked.
Yes,
And what are you going to do about it? You can't. At a certain point, you can't. You can once you keep hating on them, you're just a hater. So
yes.
I'm just not gonna pick a side. So I wanted to talk about two stories before we talk about the hashtag memo. Did you hear about Formula One banning the grid girls? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
So at every Formula One race, and I'm not a huge motorsports fan, but I love a lot of the movies about it and some of the documentaries about it. So there's these women who they are on the race course and they're like in like tight outfits, basically, presenting luxury products for
Uh,
the sponsors and stuff, and they're called grid girls because the that part of the course is called the grid.
yes.
So there's everybody's making fun of my bookshelf in the chat, but it is on purpose. So Formula One decided to ban it because of feminism, and these women are now pissed off because they had like good work for it. There's an article from I think it was the British Bristol Post, where they said that they loved doing it. It was a lot of fun. There's like they get to be around all these like race car drivers and whatever. It's I mean, no woman who wants to become a cheerleader or wants to become one of these grid girls, I don't think they think of themselves being exploited. Women have a different idea of what's fun than dudes do.
Yes.
Like if you shave your roommate's eyebrows while he's sleeping, that's typically an activity that a man would undertake.
That's right.
I'm not saying a woman would not do it, but you would if you heard somebody did it, you would assume it was a guy,
Right.
right? So people have to accept, and this is like leading to my one other story before the memo. And I promise I'm not gonna yak too much. The left is freaking out about Jordan Peterson because people are listening to his stuff and they're realizing this is the first qualified adult I've heard since like 1992. Everybody else is like everybody else they put on a TV screen is some sort of whiny, uh, you know, half man or some sort of angry woman who comes on there and behaves like they're going to change society for the better, but they're making paychecks that would, if we were making the amount of money that these people that are, considered experts on TV, like the Dr. Phil types,
Mm-hmm.
were making, it's clear we would push whatever corporate America is telling us to. So they're not changing anything in society. If anything, they're cooperating with whatever is making it so unhealthy and divisive.
That's a very
So
good point.
yeah, I think Jordan Peterson's amazing, and I've been, I don't watch him all the time, but I think his stuff is truly, it should be featured in more schools and materials and whatever. So the memo, um, I got to read it yesterday. I read it along with your reading on your video,
Yes.
which was great narration.
Thank you.
So, hopefully one day you can get a job with Audible when it gets liberated from Jeff Bezos,
Right.
because he's kind of a shady character too. But I think people are I think it's big, but there's bigger stuff yet to come. So it's kind of like the crack in the egg, and then the baby dinosaur climbs out and like eats the people in Jurassic Park. So we're gonna see. First of all, the Democrats, they're already building up to their own, next horror scene based on their stupid lies. I mean, it's obvious that they're buying time with their lies. They're not even good lies. They put together some memo that was probably written in crayon to follow up. It was to follow up the Nunes memo, but there's also a Republican Senate memo that's coming out. And what I think this is going to lead to, and I want to hear your opinion on it, because I know that you kind of have a little more time during the day to follow up on it.
Yes.
So these people, the Democrats who are salty about it, some of them are already calling for hashtag release the transcripts. And what they don't realize is that the transcripts will be far more damaging than anything that's contained in the memo, because the memo is kind of like, hey, this is our findings, but it's condensed into several paragraphs and pages. So, that you can still conjecture about it and say, well, like James Comey would probably say, geez, Jiminy Willikers, I don't think anything's wrong with this. I went to Scouts training, and they told us, sometimes not to lie, but other times when you lost your merit badges, it's okay to lie and steal somebody else's. Well, when it's a transcript and it's actual under oath testimony, and some of these agents are revealed to have lied, or they're revealed to have misled the public, then it probably will lead to the Mueller investigation just losing all of the air in its tires. So what do you think about that? Do you think that the next stage should be the legal release of the testimony by DOJ and FBI people and other relevant people in the investigation? Do you think that would help or shed light on what's going on?
I think it would lead towards more transparency. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't. Yeah, just let it all be out there, unless it's going to be something that's too sensitive for the public to see. But beyond that, just let it all out and see what's really going on behind the curtain.
Yeah, my feeling is that at this point, the entire Justice Department and FBI will have to go under, a complete reform. I don't know how it can be done, because, I think I talked about this a few weeks ago. Like, it's not like you can just put Trump loyalists into these positions in these departments and then say, the department's clean. You need a professional service that will be, will administer fair investigations and justice to everybody. It's not just, this isn't just an issue of Trump, and that's what the Democrats fail to see. Everything in their minds is in the prism of Donald Trump. So therefore, any abuse or misuse of any power or intelligence service in their minds is justified because it's some sort of national emergency. In fact, Carl Bernstein said that Putin has won, and Wolf Blitzer is going off his rocker, and I've seen people all over the place saying, oh, this is the greatest victory for Vladimir Putin in history. And Vladimir Putin has nothing to do with it. What does Vladimir Putin have to do with our government officials, misconduct? That it has nothing to do with them.
Right.
So anyway, thanks for letting me stay on, and I hope to watch your next video. Take it easy, man.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.